Hi everyone and welcome to the last Cook and Chat video of the year. And for this video I was planning on another blogger related rant list that according to my analytics you guys seem to really enjoy. But then after a second loss in my immediate family this year, just a couple of days ago, I didn't have the heart for it. Death has a way of refocusing your priorities, I guess. So I wanted to make the last thing I upload on YouTube in 2020 something positive because Lord knows there's been enough negative this year. Alright, let's press play. Before we continue, yes, I am wearing just one painted fingernail. No, I wasn't doing it to be funny. I split a nail painfully right down the middle just before I started to make my Matcha Basque Cheesecake, and using a load of clear polish to stabilise it looked really gross, so I topped it with some colour so at least it looks intentional rather than accidental. Right, so let's get started. Here are 3 unconventional ways to make 2021 a better year. Tip number 1. Remove yourself from the equation once in a while. This first one may be the hardest one because we're simple animals and selfishness is unfortunately an instinctual default. It's often a smart one because of course you need to look after yourself first, because if you're not in good condition or good shape, how can you support the people that you care about effectively? 2020 has been a year of suffering and it's taken so much away from so many people. And as a result, as per another human trait, it's also been a year of people trying to monopolise suffering. Who suffered the most loss? Who suffered the most injustice? Who suffered the most pain? And yes, some genuine losses are bigger than other genuine losses, and there is a kind of hierarchy in grief depending on how close to the loss you are. But this year, people have been comparing levels of genuine grief as though they're competing for who's the most worthy of support and comfort, and that's really bad in 2 ways. 1. How bad are we as a society at giving each other enough support and love so that there isn't such a deficit of it that people are literally fighting over it? And 2. How has crapping on someone else's problems become an acceptable way to highlight and get help for your own? Sometimes I think we've gone so far into self-care culture that we're now too deep into a sod everyone else culture. At first I felt really glad that the importance of good mental health was being promoted and people were finally realising how the brain can get sick just like the rest of the body, especially knowing what it's like to be in poor mental health myself and be sneered at for it. But now it's almost as if it's given a certain kind of person a green card just to be plain selfish in the name of self-care. Yes, self-care is important, but so is caring for others. You don't need to set yourself on fire to keep others warm, but I don't know, don't use other people as firewood either? Basically, yes, you are important and valid, but you're also neither the centre of the universe nor the spokesperson for the centre of the universe. And if more of us realised this, we could both relieve the pressure of being mentally in the centre all the time and help each other out a little better. It's win-win. Tip number 2. Stop fighting fire with fire. We've been angry people this year, but we've been using righteous anger, that's anger about something that you're absolutely right to be angry about, to outright bully others, and often not even the people that the original anger was meant for, just the people who are easiest to bully. Let's say that you've been angry about something. You've been thoroughly wronged or someone you love has been wronged, and anger is totally the right emotion to feel. What do you think is the easy, fast way to deal with the anger? Now, what would some healthy ways be? As you could imagine, one way will just pass the anger on to others like ping pong instead of really processing and dissipating it. In any case, that kind of intense anger can make you impervious to all sense and logic because animal fight or flight instinct takes over. At some point in our lives, we've all devolved into a state of what I like to call, no you are, when someone challenges us while in that furious state. I've done it, you've done it, we've all done it. Let's cool down first. Tip number 3. Take yourself offline. Wait, no, not yet. Let me tell you why first. The internet is a magical, amazing resource where you can keep up with current topics, connect with like-minded people all across the world and watch chill videos. I personally enjoy partaking in the odd cat video. But it's also a toxic, bottomless pit where fake news is passed around as fact, opinions are only allowed if they're the right one, and opinions and feelings often get confused as facts, and people only want to listen to other people who share the same opinion. If you're truly right, great, but what if you're not? and you genuinely want the truth and not just clout. I know, I get it, in your heart of hearts you're right, but just, what if? You'll never know only listening to echoes. The only way to get out of it is to have open, calm and safe conversations with people of opposing opinions face to face, which is super uncomfortable at the best of times, but near impossible behind a screen, where intent, context, body language, facial expressions, and just plain old humanity get lost behind text and emojis. Just log off for a bit. Take a break from the crazy maelstrom that is the internet. Stop looking at people's picture-perfect social media lives. Remember to live in the analog world too. Think of it like a friendship. If you feel good after hanging out with it, it's all gravy. If it turns toxic and you start feeling crappy after interactions with it, it's time to create some distance. The internet is a fantastic tool, but rather addictive one and not always a good one. So remember to take breaks from it. You'll be surprised how much better you feel just by doing that. Thanks for watching and or listening. I hope you enjoyed today's video and found something in it useful, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Or should I say, next year, am I right? Yeah. Find the full written recipe for this cheesecake on tashcakes.com, and as per usual, find me on Instagram as tashcakestastes. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more. Comment down below if you'd like me to talk about anything in particular, and I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, be nice, and have a very happy new year, every single one of you.